Hello, my tubies, my beautiful tubies. It's me, Sheila True Love, yet again. I was reading as I always do. You know, I'm an avid reader and an avid researcher, and I was reading something from Lindsay Dodson from The Insider, and after reading that, I was thinking about how is it that I'm going to present it to my tubies on how they can protect themselves from a narcissist. Now, before you can protect yourself from these narcissists, you first have to know how to recognize them. You see the many faces that I have posted on my site on the channel here. They come with all these different faces except for their own real true face. They always have their mask. You never know which mask they'll be wearing, so that's why it's important for you to know how to recognize them and their game, their tactics, and the strategy they use. The first thing you must know is it was your strength that attracted the narcissist to you in the first place, like a moth to a flame. That's what attracted them to you in the first place. I'm sure you've seen a moth, how a moth is attracted to a flame. You weren't broken and nervous. You weren't a broken and nervous wreck when they found you. Or they wouldn't have wanted you. Let's think about that. If you was a mess and you had more things wrong with you than they did, they wouldn't have wanted you because they wouldn't have seen any use for you. Now, when it comes to narcissists, sociopaths, or even psychopaths, they are attracted to what makes another person shiny. You see, you are very shiny to them, whether it's that you have a successful career, a strong circle of friends, you're highly educated, or you have wealth. I think about my ex-narc. What was he drawn to when it came to me? He was drawn to my intelligence, my abilities, my confidence, my healthy self-esteem, the fact that I work in the legal profession, the decent people that I know, and my potential. In fact, that's what he admired about every one of my family members and all of my friends. You know, we always, you know how they say we had our shit to, oh wait, we had our shit together. You know what I mean? We had our lives together, and our lives were in order, and that's what he was so attracted to. Why he was so attracted to us. We were very shiny. We are very shiny, actually. But the very things that he admired and was drawn to, those would you believe? Those are the very things that he grew to hate about us. He couldn't stand it because it made him always feel so inadequate. No one tried to make him feel that way. We did everything in our power to try to help lift him up. So keep in mind that the very strengths that you have, that's the very thing that they want to destroy. Now, one of the first things that they seek to destroy is your strong relationship with your family and your friends. If a narcissistic abuser knows you have a strong bond with your relatives, they will seek to destroy it by worming their way in and causing issues within the family, and they will start trying to create all type of drama. I could share my experience with you. Me and my family, we are very professional people, very normal people, and calm people. And would you believe my ex-narc had us outside, right around where we live? Everybody was outside. It was crazy. It was just so crazy. We're out there fist fighting and all this crazy. I mean, my son is out there with his fist balled up. My son-in-law is out there. My daughter's out there. I'm out there. The ex-narc is out there pulling out blackjacks and all this crazy. That's some craziness. Now, if we would have saw his mask, if he would have had his mask off, and we would have, you know, looking at this picture, it kind of looks like him a bit. Let me straighten it up here. He's not this color. Actually, he's munjetto. He's black, jet black. But, I mean, the look, man, this is totally him. This is oh, my God. Now, when you have these narcs who are sitting up here trying to destroy your strong relationship with your friends and your family, that's a huge, huge sign that you're dating an abusive, manipulative narc. If at first when you first meet them, they really get excited by your family relationship and how great you guys are working together, and they want to become a part of it. then something tends to shift and they start to become overly critical. It's the same, think about it when you first started dating and they seemed like it was the perfect fit for you until they started pointing out your faults, insulting you at every opportunity that they got. Do you remember that? Now, the second thing they seek to do is they want to see how much they can destroy you. Narcissists, they thrive on chaos. So they do not act out of jealousy because that would imply they want your relationship, your career, your wealth, or your health for themselves. That's not what it is. They just don't want to see other people happy. That's where it is. They can't stand to see anyone else happy. They don't want to put the work into maintaining everything themselves, which is why they don't stick around once they have destroyed the target. Once they have destroyed you, you notice they don't stick around. Or they think they destroyed you. How about that? You're right. They simply move on and do it to someone else because that's the way they entertain themselves. It's more like entertainment and control to be able to take someone who had this really great life and for them to sit there and watch how they could tear you apart and they sit there and watch to wait to see you fall. Or think about someone who really took good care of themselves and they were, calm, cool, collective, not anxious, and never depressed, hardly ever depressed. Narcissists, sausages. No, these narcissists, they just want to watch and see you fall apart. This is what makes them so diabolical. They really actually enjoy this. Now, we as empath, or how about normal human beings, how about just plain old human beings? We don't like to assume that people are out to hurt us, and that's the reason why we struggle to work with and maintain our relationships. But please trust me when I tell you, you cannot be this way when you're dealing with mental patients. Narcissists are nuts. Remember, they have a very serious mental disorder that will never, ever change. Think about people who have schizophrenia, bipolar, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy. There's no cure for those things. It's the same with narcissism. There is no cure. In fact, they only get worse and worse as time passes. So please cut your losses as early, as soon as possible, and get as far away from these mentally and emotionally disturbed people. They will only bring you PMS. And when I say PMS, that's pain, misery, and suffering. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if you're into pain, misery, and suffering, then by all means you should stay. You should stay because I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade. But if you want to be happy and successful and live a peaceful life, you have to go no contact immediately, and then block them from every way that they can get in contact with you. Unless, of course, if you have children with them, and then if that's the case, you have to become one of the greatest and become a pro at gray rocking these losers. You have to have as little to do with them as possible. Because, like I said, and as you know, I don't have to tell you, you've already been through it, you've lived it. They wear nothing but masks. And I swear that this clown, this thing here looks, what's that? Just put the face jet black and then you got my narc. Oh my God, this is way too funny, guys. Anyway, you always have a choice. Sheila True Love, always loving you. Until next time, and don't forget, choose wisely. I love you. Bye for now.